Okay, so I'm just gonna go paragraph by paragraph, just make this easier. To avoid copyright issues, I'm just gonna use gameplay footage instead of using the actual show. Do I really want to go up against Amazon? Not really. Kate and Paul use their powers differently, if anything in opposite ways of one another. One uses their powers to be a coward, while the other one uses their powers to bravely and push themselves as far as they can go, fighting for their ideals, and more like a monster. Today we're going to be exploring which of the one is actually loved and why they're loved versus the other one being hated, and you can actually see it through how their powers are being used. It's not just about their powers, but about how two people starkly use their gifts differently from one another. You'll be asking yourself by the end of this, if you had powers, how would you use said powers? Let me know in the comment section what powers and how you would use said powers. Duplication is something that's underutilized by Kate, only being used as a combat trick. Meanwhile, Paul actually utilizes it for far more than power. Keep in mind these clones share thoughts, memories, feelings, and pain. This power is a test of their morality. Kate shows how she views herself even with having a backup and avoiding painful encounters. Meanwhile, Paul just powers through them, showing a sheer willpower and tenacity. Kate is one of the few characters that fights like a coward. She acts entitled with how she talks down to her teammates, and how she uses her clones shows the lack of any real effort to push herself to go all out. In Season 2, she kept using clone after clone only as a meat shield, and yes, she did use her clones for saving civilians, I will concede on that point. However, that should be the bare minimum when being a hero. She fights recklessly with no actual tactics. Paul, meanwhile, will fight tactfully, move, coordinate, and plan with his clones, even avoiding the pain of dropping from a ledge to the ground. He knows the risk and does what he needs to do. He doesn't have a backup stored somewhere else. He's in there and now risking himself for what he believes in, and fights tooth and nail to get what he wants, maneuvering, going down, swinging, even against those far stronger than him. This has me wondering, would you create clones of yourself? Would you be able to stomach fighting tooth and nail, knowing you can feel all their pain? I can't act like I would be fighting like Paul, but sure enough I wouldn't be able to stomach being a coward like Kate. Paul values completing the mission, while Kate only values saving herself. One is strong and noble, while the other one is a weak coward.